Okay, first I wanted to go through some of our technical decisions. We were first going to have to figure out what is this environment going to look like. We really wanted to leverage existing infrastructure. So we had two options. We could use the standalone uMobile server, or we could use our existing portal and upgrade it so it is uMobile enabled. To us, it was a no-brainer at that point. We definitely needed to upgrade our uPortal, environment. It was a very old, outdated version, so we went to 4 with Unicon's help. We wanted to brand our mobile experience with new technologies, so we also had Unicon help us match our university brand in uMobile. Then we had the task of updating all of our portlets so they would render nicely on a mobile device, so students could be able to see their grades, course schedules, and more on their actual smartphone. We had a lot of these pre-built portlets, so we wanted to make sure that they were available on any device the student had. Also, we wanted to make sure the solution would leverage existing functionality such as our CAS single sign-on tools. This would allow students to be able to log into Moodle, Banner Self-Service, Zythos Digital Lockers, and more of our CASified services. So first we evaluated the uMobile server out of the box. And we began to ask ourselves, do we really want to be able to have to support our portal and another uMobile server? And we didn't really want to. We wanted to try to add them together. So we dismissed this solution for us right away. But also then we had to make a decision, do we want to use a mobile app, mobile web, or do we want to use both? And of course, we wanted to be able to deliver it to as many people as possible, so we wanted both options. And also, then we decided, can we add our existing portlets into a uMobile server? And we can, but we decided, since we have uPortal anyways, we'll just add the uMobile functionality over there. So here's more of what our environment looks like. So Unicon helped us upgrade to uPortal 4 and also helped us with our mobile theme. Then Oakland developed the mobile-ready portlets, and this way we got to use all of our existing infrastructure, but we did have to learn a few new things like how to use Titanium Accelerator's product, and we also had to make sure that jQuery Mobile was enabled on all of our portlets. This will give you a good idea of what our current environment is on our servers. We're using uPortal 405. We're using Red Hat for our Linux operating system. We're using Tomcat 6, and we're using JDK 1.6. We're using a couple of build tools like Ruby, Maven, and Ant to build uPortal. And also we're using Postgres for our database server. These are the key services that uMobile and uPortal will integrate with. LDAP and CAS are our 2 authentication services. Lucy and Banner is used to integrate our student data with our portlets. And also we're using the F5 load balancer for CAS and uPortal, which has SSL termination and port redirection. So one of the things we had to figure out is, what is our developer environment going to look like for uMobile? So initially we looked at Accelerator. That is what we use to support our iOS app. But also we looked at programs such as PhoneGap. The benefit of these type of programs is you get to build it once and deploy it anywhere. Also, though, we figured out, since we wanted to do an iOS app, we had to join the wonderful world of Apple. So we had to buy a MacBook Pro for developers. We had to get Xcode. We had to buy developer accounts for each one of our developers, which is $100 a year. But it turned out well for us. We have an app now in the App Store. So our second thing that we looked at was the Android development. We had some initial issues with Titanium having memory leaks. There might be some future upgrades to their SDK that might help this, but also we're evaluating now PhoneGap to add a Android app in the future. But in the meanwhile, we had our students here develop a custom Android application written in Java. It's working on top of our portal, just kind of like how the other uMobile app is, so it's meeting our needs. Also, we found out through this entire process that submitting an app through the Google Play Store was much cheaper and faster than the Apple App Store. So this is our initial screen into our iPhone app. This is what any guest would view. You can click on any of these and it will open up a portlet and uMobile right into the app. You can either click on the gear at the top or log in for personalized content to authenticate against CAS. And also we made a decision that we wanted to do a list view instead of a grid view, since this gives a little bit more information to our end users so they can figure out where they want to navigate. This is a view of our authentication screens. On the left, you can see our login. This will authenticate directly against CAS. We use CAS 3.4.11 right now. Also on the right side, you can see this is our NetID page. This is an external web page. We just recently designed this in jQuery Mobile and also used similar CSS code to what we have in uMobile. Now, after you authenticate, you can see that you have many more services. Like, for example, you can see the class schedule portlet and the password information portlet. All these lists of portlets come from a JSON feed from our uPortal server. Our marketing group worked on the icons and the text on each portlet, so it made the most amount of sense to the end user. Also, the gear at the top will allow people to log out if they want to. Here you can see an example of how we're using CAS. On the left, you can see Moodle, which has a new mobile environment with Moodle 2. On the right-hand side, you can see a OrgSync view, which has all the student organizations. We are using quite a few JSIG portlets. This one's a newer one to us. It came out of the box with mobile enabled. It was really nice. Right now, we have it integrated with our university iCal feed for events. But I also found out you can add iCal feeds from Google, which you can see in the blue there was one of my events, and then the green is a university event. It can take as many iCal feeds as you'd like. On the right-hand side is the newsreader portlet. We have that configured with a couple of different Oakland University RSS feeds. Here you can see our athletic news feed, and that was also mobile ready without us having to add any additional modifications. This is our map portlet that's from JSIG. We configured the buildings and parking lots so students can click on any little pinpoint they want to get more information. Also, we have it where you can search on a building or an acronym of a building, and also you can go drill through different categories so you can figure out where like academic buildings are, for example, here. Once you click on a pinpoint and click on its name, on the right-hand screen you can see an example of what a building screen would look like. This is where we work right now. This is Dodge Hall, and it has information like you can get directions to it depending on where you currently are located, and it'll use your smartphone for that. Here are a couple other things we're using. The JSIG Simple Content Management portlet. We modified it a little bit so it had a little bit friendlier mobile view. We just basically added some CSS components and some jQuery mobile. We wanted to make it so it was a larger area for the person to click on with their finger. And also we added icons so it was easier for our end users to identify with that link. Also, if you add a piece of content later as a content manager, you don't have to code anything. It's all built into the portlet, so you just add your link like normal and it picks up the CSS code after you save. On the right-hand side is an example of how we're using external web pages. This is our web directory. This really helped us being able to use external services, which helped develop our app much faster and also reduced our maintenance costs in the future. These are a few of our customized portlets that we built for Oakland University. On the right, you can see the class schedule portlet. This interfaces with the Banner database and retrieves student data. You can see the list of courses. It has a list of dates and times that class is in session. Also, there is a link at the bottom that has a purchase books link that will go to the bookstore and list all the books that are available for those courses. Also, it has a drop-down that will allow you to see what classes you took in the past, and you can see also what classes you've registered in the future. On the right side, there's the My Grades portlet. This displays your midterm grades, final grades, overall GPA and credits, and also offers a single sign-on link to your academic transcripts and Banner. These are two more customized portlets we did. One is the password information. It integrates with LDAP. It shows you how many days your password has been in use. If it is over 90 days, it'll be highlighted in red, which follows some of our best practices that we want users to change it at least every 90 days. Also, it gives a link for end users to click on so they can change their password. On the right-hand side is My Details. This integrates with the student banner database also. It displays the student's ID, a degree, college, or major. Also, it links into academic advising and their college website. This is a newer portlet at Oakland University. Unicon helped develop this on top of the course schedule portlet. Oakland University then tweaked it a little bit more, and we added some more database functionality. Also, we added this new mobile environment. This will allow our students to be able to run degree audits and also what-if analysis. What-if analysis gives the student an option to see how many courses are needed if they want to switch a major or a minor or a concentration. On the right-hand side, you can see an example of a degree audit, which has a degree summary, their overall credits and GPA, and then you can see there's a progress bar, which is in the green, that the student's almost completed. It gives those students a good graphical representation of how much further they have to go to complete their degree. Also, you can see the green check marks that shows that that is a met requirement. The X's show that it is an unmet requirement. And this is our last screen, but this shows that our iOS app has had pretty positive reviews so far, mostly 5 stars. Students really are liking how fast the app is, and they're giving us a couple of nice, tips to enhance the experience in the future. Like they want email to be in the not to log them out each time. So we're using that feedback for future development. And also, I just wanted to let everybody know that our apps are both available on the Android store and the Apple App Store. If you type in OU space MySale, you'll be able to find them.